to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about viral diseases. This is a time we come across viral diseases because of the seasonal change and also because of heavy rains. Any editorial that deals with viral diseases, spread of viral diseases, or outbreaks of viral diseases, what could be the broad framework? What is a virus that has been spreading? Where, how many people got affected, who exactly, gender, and what precautions have been taken, what has to be done to stop the virus. This is a broad framework. Let us start the session with the question, what is the enrichment? As usual, you improve your comprehension skill. This goes with public health, an important topic. Vocabulary, some important words are there. Grammar consolidation, effective English. Today, mini mocks, yes. Vocabulary consolidation, yes. Let us ask the question, what is this about? This is about a particular viral disease. The editorial discusses a response to viral disease outbreaks. Viral disease outbreaks in India, focusing on the recent Zika virus outbreak in Maharashtra. Generally talks about viral outbreaks and specifically about a particular virus that the outbreak of that virus in Maharashtra state. Good morning. What is the tone? The tone of the editorial is a critical and urgent. Critical because they did not respond immediately, and urgent because it involves public health. Let us go to editorial vocabulary. The very first word, outbreak. But here you have to recollect one important phrasal verb. Breakout means to start suddenly. Good morning, all of you. It goes with fire, war, flashes, diseases, volcanic eruptions. A fire broke out in the city last night. War between the two countries broke out last year. Still, it has been going on. But here, breakout, outbreak, in a way related. But you should also remember we can use our phrasal verbs as nouns. That you have to remember. Outbreak, noun, a sudden occurrence of something unwelcome, such as a disease or war. Usually, outbreak of a particular viral disease. Look at the example. The outbreak of the flu caused many schools to close temporarily. The outbreak of the flu caused many schools close temporarily. But there's something you have to learn from this example. What is that? Flu, plague, measles, rickets, mumps. All the 5 diseases, we have to use a definite article the flu, the plague, the measles, the mumps, the rickets. In the past, they would give the plague and the flu. Nowadays, they're asking the measles. All the 5 you have to remember. Synonyms, eruption, but eruption goes with volcanic eruption, a typical combination. Onset, surge, flare up. Surge means it has 2 different meanings. One meaning, sudden forward movement, a wave. But another meaning, sudden increase in numbers, spike. Surge means spike, sudden increase in numbers or number of cases. And one more word here, flare up. Flare up actually goes with anger. Imagine someone's cool, but suddenly he loses his temper, becomes very aggressive and angry. Then we say he flared up after that particular incident. A different context altogether. Antonyms, containment. Contain has 2 different meanings. One meaning contain, to contain something, to possess something. But here contain means to control. Containment of a particular disease means control of a particular disease. Suppression, resolution, simple words. Epicentre. The word epicenter is a noun. It goes with, good morning. It goes with earthquakes. Epicenter. But here it goes with a particular viral disease. From a particular source, it has been spreading in different directions. then we say the epicenter. In the context of the editorial, Pune is the epicenter for a particular viral disease, the central point of something, typically a difficult or unpleasant situation, the origin of an unpleasant situation. Example, the city became the epicenter of the pandemic with the highest number of cases. Means what? That city has recorded the highest number of cases, and based on that, we can say it has become the epicenter. Focal point, hub. Hub goes with information technology. IT hub, a typical combination. Center, simple word. Nucleus goes with a cell, biology, but it means an important area. Antonyms, periphery, outskirts, margin, edge. Outskirts has two different meanings. One meaning it goes with. If you take a city, the heart of the city we use olden days, downtown. You have to know a few words. A city like New York, full of tall buildings. What are they called? Skyscrapers. In our country, Mumbai also. Skyscrapers. Then you have to think of this word outskirts, the border. And when the city gets congested, people go outside the city. Some areas are there, and those are known as satellite towns. We also use the word suburbs. What people do, they stay because city is congested. They stay in suburbs. Every day they commute. They travel long distance to the workplace. That is known as a commute. And the persons are called, yes, busy life, skyscrapers. New York is known as a city of skyscrapers, and Bombay is known as a New York of the East because of skyscrapers, a particular place called Nariman Point. And coming to commuters, commute, verb, commuter, noun. A person who travels long distance for work. But commute has another meaning. As a legal term, commute means to change a particular judgment. All these words are very important. Impair. Impair is a verb form, impairment, noun. We have got many a time. The state of being weakened or damaged, especially in terms of function or ability. Damaging something or someone. The accident caused a significant impairment in his ability to walk. That means after the accident, he could not walk properly. There was an impairment. And imagine a person cannot walk after a particular accident in this context. We call that person cripple. We say he became a cripple. Ah, and weaken also, you can say damage or weaken. He became a cripple. Cripple means not able to use your body parts, and this cripple can be mental cripple or physical cripple. Because of a shock, some people they lose their memory power or they fail to think properly. Then we say mentally crippled, but cannot walk, physically crippled. Disability, deficiency, handicap, debilitation. Debilitate, an important word, means to weaken someone. Improvement, enhancement, strength, recovery. Simple words. It is not gestation, it is gestation. J sound, gestation. In the time, the pregnancy period, the baby is in the mother's womb. The time, 9 months' time, is called gestation period. The process of carrying or being carried in the womb between conception and birth, the development of something over time. Imagine there's a particular project or a particular product. It takes some time to become active, and that period is known as a gestation period. When exactly, it goes to the word period. Look at the example. The gestation period for human beings is approximately 9 months. You all know that. That is a gestation period. Pregnancy, incubation, development, maturation, birth, delivery, conclusion, completion. Based on birth, I would like to give two important expressions. One is antenatal. Ante means before. Natal means birth. So antenatal means before birth. Post means after, and natal means birth. So antenatal care, postnatal care, very important. Care has to be taken before birth. Care has to be taken after the birth. Antenatal, postnatal, two important expressions. A ramp up. Usually this goes with industries. Improve, increase the production, the pace based on the demand. To increase a cost, to increase in speed, size, or intensity, any of these. Usually it goes with a manufacturing company, it goes with production. Look at the example. The company decided to ramp up production to meet the growing demand. Imagine a particular company's product has become very popular. There's a huge demand from the public. The company has to meet the demand. Then what the company does, it tries to ramp up the production, means increase the production. An important word, a phrasal verb. Synonyms, a boost, increase, escalate, intensify. Antonyms, decrease, reduce, diminish, slow down. Diminishing numbers means the numbers are going down. Learn the hard way. Learn the hard way has two different meanings. One meaning, you learn from your mistake. Then you say, I had to learn it the hard way. Another meaning, learn with a lot of difficulty. Imagine someone teaches you a particular concept and you learn easily. That means not a big deal. But you learn on your own and you struggle a lot to learn something. Then you can say, I had to learn it the hard way. Means not easy. To learn or discover something through personal experience, one thing, often after making a mistake, one thing, but with a lot of difficulty, another thing. Look at the example. He learned the hard way that skipping practice would result in poor performance. Skipping here means not practicing. You skip practicing, then what happens? Performance gets affected, and he had to realize. He has realized. That means it was something like he had to learn the hard way, or he learned the hard way. Experience consequences, face the music, an important idiom. That means face the consequences and suffer, realize the truth. Learn easily, learn the easy way, avoid mistakes, anticipate, means predict. Replicate, we have got this recently, I guess. Verb, to make an exact copy of, to reproduce or repeat. Scientists were able to replicate the experiment with the same results, means reproduce. Duplicate, copy, reproduce, imitate. Original, innovate, create, originate. But based on the word imitate or copy, I would like to give a few important words. Someone copies blindly or always tries to copy others, we say copycat. Someone copies or imitates blindly, we say ape, verb, and aping. Aping means blind imitation of someone or something. But sometimes what happens, you come across a person, a man of stature, a good reputation, man of values or ethics, highly talented. You want to be like him, a good person. You want to imitate a good person, copy a good person. Then that is a positive thing. We have to use a word, emulate. Copy is negative. Aping is negative. Emulate someone, that also means copy, but it's a positive thing. Emulate. That's an important word. That's all about editorial vocabulary. And today's editorial is all about this is the time viral diseases spread, outbreak of viral diseases because of the monsoon, onset of monsoon and rainy season. Everyone knows that it's an open secret. And this talks about a particular virus in the state of Maharashtra, epicenter being Pune, and any editorial related to a particular viral disease, you have to ask pertinent questions, relevant questions like what is the virus, what is the epicenter, where it started, what is the impact of the virus, who got affected, men, women, the gender, and to what extent they got affected, what is the impact, then what has been done, whether the government has responded in time or not, what exactly the government is doing, and in future to avoid the spread of viruses, viral diseases, how to what measures have to be taken. And the editorial also touches initially a particular viral disease. Then it talks generally about viral diseases in different states and what those state governments have taken, what measures they have taken. Let us see how it starts. More and better testing. What is a stimulus, a particular viral disease? Based on that, more testing, better testing is required. On viral disease outbreaks and state responses. Outbreaks of viral diseases in different states and the responses of those state governments to these viral outbreaks. What is the main idea? States must. We have already got many a time. The helping verb must has two functions. One, it is used to express a personal obligation or obligation imposed by the writer in this context or the speaker. The second function, it is used to convey the idea that something is compulsory. States must develop capacity. It's all about capacity building. See, today we are talking about public health. After COVID-19, public health became an important topic. I have created the acronym SLEEPS. The last letter, socio-cultural problems. And here we talk about public health. Public health very important. And today in many bank exams, they've given as passages topics related to public health. That way it's an important one. Develop. So to deal with viral diseases, what is required? The state governments have to develop the capacity, building capacity to conduct testing and sequencing of viruses. They have to develop the ability or the capacity to test the virus, one thing, and sequence of viruses, another thing. They should be prepared. Since the Zika outbreak began on June 10th, whenever you see since for two prepositions, they can be conjunctions as well. You have to think of two tenses, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous. And a sentence like this is an important sentence. You may ask why. There's every possibility to get a sentence like this in the exam under error location, pillars, vocabulary, any of these dimensions, because this is a lengthy sentence and you should know how to read the sentence. Here, the moment you see the word since or for, then you have to think after the word since, there can be a word, there can be a phrase, there can be a clause. Here, first you have to, the clause is always in past. Since the Zika outbreak began on June 20th, that is in past. But the writers add more information. After that, there's a comma. When the first case was reported, it is in past passive voice. But what is the main idea? Since the Zika outbreak began on June 20th, confirmed cases have been slowly but steadily rising. Here, since a particular time, the cases have been rising slowly and steadily adverbs. But what are the key words? The cases have been rising. This is present perfect continuous. As I said, whenever you come across since for, you have to think of two tenses. One present perfect, the other one is present perfect continuous. Here they're still going up. And what is the use of present perfect continuous? An action begins in the past, comes to the present, may go into future. Then we have to use present perfect continuous. It has been raining since morning. Means it started in the morning, now it is raining, it is going to rain for some more time. An important pattern. It talks about when it started and where it started, how the numbers are going up. As of August first week, there is also an important expression you have to remember. As of a particular time. As of August first week, Maharashtra has reported 88 confirmed cases. Again, has reported. As of August first week means from June 20th till August first week, past to present. Then we should use a present perfect tense. Maharashtra state has reported. This is in present perfect active voice. Pune city, the epicenter, the main source of this viral disease, viral outbreak, alone accounts for 73 cases, while 6 are from Pune rural. Epicenter, Pune city, but Pune rural, a few cases. Of the total number reported so far, at 37, pregnant women alone account for half the number of confirmed infections. Here, the editorial introduces the gender factor. Those who got affected, how many men, how many women, and among women, how many pregnant women. It talks about statistical data. And any editorial that deals with a particular viral disease, you got to know it. You're going to come across a lot of statistical data, who, how much, percentage, numbers, all these things. Though rare, people with Zika virus infection run a risk, an important expression, of suffering from Guillain-Barré syndrome, a neurological disorder in which the immune system mistakenly attacks part of the peripheral nervous system. Our immune system is there to attack external factors, external viruses and bacteria. It does not attack our own system. But here, this particular syndrome, a particular disease, a situation, it attacks the same body, mistakenly attacks part of the peripheral nervous system. But a more harmful effect, another impact of this particular viral disease, another dimension is there, a more harmful one. But a more harmful effect, you have to recollect effect. Effect is seen in pregnant women who run a risk of giving birth to babies with a smaller than average head size. If a pregnant woman has this virus, there's every possibility to give birth to a baby with the head size smaller than normal or average, called microcephaly, and other neurological impairments, means neurological damages. As in a January 2023 paper in the Lancet Regional Health Americas, Lancet is a medical journal. We came to know about this at the time of COVID. I would do a lot of editorials. Quite often they would mention Lancet, a medical journal, the most authentic one. As in a January 2023 paper in the Lancet Regional Health Americas, a meta-analysis of babies born to 1,548 pregnant women infected with the Zika virus from 13 studies in Brazil between 2015 and 17 found the absolute risk of microcephaly to be 6.6% either at birth or during follow up, at the time of birth or after that, postnatal. So, this talks about a source, Lancet, and the studies conducted in Brazil. How many and what exactly they found out. Babies also had 18.7% absolute risk of suffering from functional neurological abnormalities. Normal, what is the other word? Abnormal. Abnormal, you have to recollect words like aberration and also anomaly. I think it is means abnormal. You have to know those words: aberration, anomaly, and a relatively smaller risk of neuroimaging, ophthalmic, and auditory abnormalities. All these are like the impact of the disease. Deviation, you can say. Who is that? Shreya. That's right. Variation, also, you can say. There was also a significant risk of premature birth, 10.5%, a low birth weight, and small for gestational age, 16.2%. All these talk about the impact of the virus. Less known is the risk of sexual transmission of the virus by infected men due to the presence of potentially infectious virus in their semen for at least 2 months. This is another source. A woman may get infected because the virus may be there for 2 months in the semen of men. Based on that, some suggestion or advice. It is hence important for infected men, especially those planning a family, to be made aware of the risk as well as recommend measures to prevent viral transmission to women for at least 3 months. They should keep away from women for 3 months because the virus may be there in the semen for 2 months. They should keep away from women for 3 months, as in the US CDC guidelines. This is based on guidelines from US CDC. Given the harmful effects of the virus, it is shocking that the Pune based ICMR lab ramped up testing only after the publication of news about the Pune Municipal Corporation planning to send samples to a government medical college instead to cut the delay in testing. There is one organization in Pune. We all came to know at the time of COVID. What is that? ICMR, Pune based ICMR lab. There was a publication, and because of this viral outbreak, the Municipal Corporation of Pune wanted to send the samples to a government medical college. After that report came out, the ICMR ramped up the process of testing, ramped up testing only after. Initially, it was not that serious. That is a criticism leveled against ICMR. But once the publication came out that the government college is planning to, the municipal corporation is planning to send the samples to a government medical college, then ICMR became alert and it wanted to ramp up the whole thing. As Kerala just now, the editorial presents information related to other viruses in other states, how the state governments responded. As Kerala just demonstrated in the latest outbreak of the Nipah virus, and as Gujarat learned it the hard way in the ongoing Chandipura virus outbreak and acute means severe, encephalitis syndrome cases, it is becoming increasingly important and necessary that states develop the capacity to conduct high quality testing and sequencing of viruses. The main idea is being reiterated. The main idea is what? More testing, more sequencing of viruses. Same idea is being reiterated. It is becoming increasingly important and necessary that states develop the capacity to conduct high quality testing and sequencing of viruses that cause frequent and deadly outbreaks. Deadly means causing death, dangerous, harmful. From the time that the first suspected case is observed, the reduction in the lead time to test results is the key to instituting timely public health responses that can limit the virus spread and stop an outbreak. The moment they come to know about the case, the first one, they should become alert and they should do something immediately so that the spread can be controlled or limited. The damage can be limited. The COVID 19 pandemic demonstrated the advantages of decentralized testing and sequencing, and this should be replicated for every pathogen that causes deadly outbreak. What it says at the time of COVID, we all had learned the lessons the hard way. We had learned the hard way. That time it was like decentralization of testing and sequencing of viruses, and it worked out. Based on that, the editorial takes a stand and says the same thing has to be done. They have to replicate the same process, decentralization, testing, and sequencing, and they should be replicated for every pathogen that causes a deadly outbreak or that causes deadly outbreaks. They have to follow the same thing. That's all about today's editorial. Sometimes what happens for a layman, this is a tough one. A person with some science background, rather easy, familiar turf, but a layman may find it difficult. Then only thing you have to read twice or thrice, then it should not be a problem to comprehend. Now answer these questions based on your comprehension skill and also listening skill. What percentage of confirmed Zika infections in Maharashtra were found in pregnant women as of August 2024? They haven't given the percentage, but one expression has been used in the editorial. What is that? Half, half means 50%. Based on that answer, very good. Who is that? Nandini, I appreciate. And Navanita also. Within no time. That's true, half, exactly. Means 50%. What is a significant, important risk associated with the Zika virus infection in pregnant women? What is the risk involved in this? Heart disease, kidney failure, diabetes, microcephaly in babies. What is microcephaly? The size of the head could be smaller than the average size. According to the Lancet study mentioned in the editorial, what was the absolute risk of functional neurological abnormalities in babies born to Zika infected women? Exactly. Small head size. That is true. What is the answer? I think editorial says 6.6%. Which US agency's guidelines are mentioned regarding the prevention of Zika virus transmission? Clearly mentioned in the editorial CDC. It is not FDA, it is not this, it is not this. So again, fourth one, what is the answer? C is the answer. What advantage did the COVID 19 pandemic demonstrate according to the editorial? There's one advantage we have learned the hard way because of COVID 19. What is it? Decentralization of testing and sequencing of viruses. It is not lockdowns, it is not capacity. Decentralized testing and sequencing of viruses. No, fifth one is not, it is C. Yes. Good. You guys got it right. I have brought today, we have mini mocks. The first three questions are based on fillers, purely based on contextual awareness. Don't use your grammar knowledge. Try to understand the sentence, the context. Then you choose the correct pair. Mr. Anwar, the second accused in the case, and 20 others were by a trial court after the prime witness turned. From this, you should understand the accused person, perhaps he was not, he was released, and because the witness did not come out with the actual thing, whatever he or she saw, must have changed his stand or her stand. This is the context. Here you have to know the meanings of these words. Acquit. Whenever you think of a case, you have to think of a few words like the person who files the case, plaintiff, an important word, defendant, but after that we use, excuse me, innocent person is acquitted. Opposite of innocent, guilty. The person who is found guilty, convicted. These are the basic words you have to know. Exactly. Acquitted means not found innocent and was not punished. Friendly. Were acquitted you can use, but turn friendly is not relevant here. Exonerate, an important word. What does it mean? Stop blaming or stop accusing. Initially, allegations, accusations, after some time we stop and we have to use the word exonerate, absolve. Very good. Who is this Shreya? Free from blame. You can hold that one. But friendly, amiable, both mean the same. You cannot use. Exonerated is the right word. Hostile. Hold this one. Convicted, no. The context talks about the accused were left free, means acquitted. Why? The witness turned hostile, means initially the witness wanted to confirm, but later he must have taken a U turn based on that. Answer is the third option, not the fourth one. Hostile. Had the witness, had he or she been on the same stand, they would have been convicted. But hostile, witness turned hostile means he went against his statement. He did not come forward to say these people committed the crime. In that context, we say the witness turned hostile. Based on that, Mr. Anwar, the second accused in the case, and 20 others were exonerated by a trial court after the prime witness turned hostile. Witness turned hostile, so they could come out. As I said, these you cannot answer based on your grammar knowledge. You can answer based on contextual awareness. You don't understand the context, it's practically impossible to answer. And I don't advise grammar approach, noun, pronoun, adjective, how many adjectives. That will not work all the time. And it only shows that you're trying to answer from a lower level. You have to go to the higher level. That helps when it comes to mains also. Several case centers are being immediately have to think of present continuous passive voice. We are doing something. Something is being done by us. Is being, are being, plus the verb. It should be present continuous passive voice. And oxygen facilities are being in many places. It talks about something like positive. They are setting up and they are improving, increasing the numbers. Based on that, are being set up, are being ramped up. This one seems right. Hold that one. Are being setting up? No. Grammatically wrong. Set off is not correct. Setting up, not correct. So what is the answer here? Are being set up and are being ramped up. Both the expressions are in present continuous passive voice. And same patterns, we say parallel expression. Good, I appreciate that. The matter was brought to the notice of the City Police Commissioner A.K. Vishwanathan, and the police, a reporter as, and approached one of the drivers who offered an e-pass on payment of 2,000 rupees. The police position, here you have to understand the context. The police used a person as a dummy. Then you have to think of words like the police deployed a person as a dummy. Dummy, we use the word decoy. If you know that word, easy, otherwise, not possible. Position, no. Deploying. The police deploying, no. The police deployed, the context goes into the past and used someone as a decoy. Deployed imitation, you cannot. So, what is the answer here? The police deployed a reporter and used a reporter as a decoy, means a dummy, to get something to find out the truth. Third option, this is also not easy if you are not aware of the words and the context. Now we have a para jumble. Try to get this right. Here you cannot consider A as the first one because there is no subject. This is a preposition, cannot be the first one. Hold this, hold this. There's no subject, it cannot be. No subject, it cannot be. Primatologists have observed that the geese golden langur, endemic to the semi-evergreen and mixed deciduous forest straddling India and Bhutan, has a far from golden trait. Perhaps here D, I'll write here D, E, and C. Sorry, D, F, and A. One group, DFA. After that, an endangered species of monkey found only in Assam and parts of Bhutan induce stillbirth of babies killed inside the womb of females, besides practicing infanticide. Based on that, what? C, E, and B. This is one group. So, what is the correct order here? D, F, A, C, E, B. Oh, very good, Roja Rani. I appreciate that. And also Shreya. Really appreciate. Within no time, you could answer. And repeat. Here we have 5 idioms, very important. They have given many a time. What is the first one? Make a fortune means to make a lot of money, and in that process, you become rich, affluent, or wealthy. One example, he made a fortune selling tea. Means what? By selling tea, he made a lot of money, become wealthy. So here, B is the answer. Make a fortune. Makeshift camp means a temporary, something used for the time being. Make a mark. Usually, I tell youngsters, achieve success. That is the first step. And once you get the job in a particular field, you are going to be there for 30, 40 years. You have to contribute at a higher level. Then people know that person. They have to remember you in that particular field. That is nothing but making a mark. Make your mark. Make a mark means achieve distinction in any field for that matter. Mind wants P's and Q's. It goes with proper behavior, manners, politeness. Be careful and correct in one's speech, behavior, and procedure. A is the answer. Man of letters. He is a man of letters means a writer, scholar, and also a learned person. A learned person, we say man of letters. And what is a plural? It's a compound noun, men of letters. They have given in many exams. You got to remember that. And these are the words we got yesterday. Try to write the part of speech, write the meaning, the key words that will do. And the consolidation is very important when it comes to competitive exams. Learning is one thing, but consolidation, the most important dimension. How do you consolidate? Revision and recollection. Perfunctory means a superficial, part of speech, adjective. Panacea, noun, means what? One solution for all the problems or one medicine for all the diseases. An important word. A rejig, verb. A revamp, a restructure. And confer, it goes with titles, awards. Bestow, confer the award, bestow the award. And stature, noun, the reputation of a particular person, the position in a society, what people think of that person, his stature, someone's stature. And tokenism, noun, doing something for the sake of it, not in the real sense. A company talks about gender equality, but it appoints only one woman, then it is tokenism, not in the real sense. Tangible, I always use part of speech adjective. You got to remember four words: concrete, tangible, something you can see or touch; abstract, intangible, you cannot see, you cannot touch; palpable, also you can say. And elude is a verb, regular verb, means difficult to get, difficult to achieve. Success has been eluding. Escape, also you can say. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. We'll provide the PDF after this session. Join the Telegram group to access the PDF and try to work on important sentence patterns, important vocabulary, and improve your comprehension skills. That will help in the long run. Thank you very much.